You try doing a nice thing, you end up being a nanny for bugs. You know, if you got that reference, I love you. Everybody, hey, everybody, it's your girl CC. No surprise, Saturday. So, I'm not the kind of person that likes to rant a lot. I don't like to get angry that much. And I was really just going to do like a rant about some things that pisses me off about Instagram, but that issue's going to have to wait because of what happened this week. Oh, Lord Jesus, it pissed me off, and I just need to share. I just need to share. I just need to vent to you guys, okay? Because it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Just living in a crazy world, man. It just, ugh, ugh, ugh. It's just so much. So, what a lot of you don't know was that I was working at a fast food place. It's a very popular coffee shop called Tim Hortons. It's really popular, and it kind of will remind you of a cheap version of Starbucks. And I worked there for about a good 8 months until now. This is the story of that. So if you guys don't like rant videos or me talking about stuff, then click away. Come back next week. We'll try something else. So but for those of you that you do, this is like my little experience there, and also a little bit of a story of what happened this past week and what's been going on for the past few months at Tim Hortons, because it's just been a bunch of crazy nonsense bullshit, and I just feel like I need to talk about it. So I'm not going to say the location of the one that I worked at because there's like a bunch of Tim Hortons in Michigan because it's close to Canada, but yeah, let's just get into this because it's a lot. So I started working there about, like I said, about 8 months. I started in like around late September, and it was a pretty good job. Like, it was a cool gig. Like, seriously, I would honestly recommend Tim Hortons for anybody who's like trying to get a job that's still in high school or whatever. I would probably recommend it because I got the afternoon shift, okay? The afternoon and the closing shift. And it was pretty cool. The people who was there was mostly like the elderly and stuff. And it was pretty like quiet all the time. And I didn't really do that much. It was pretty sweet. The only times it was like a rush hour was between like 2 and 3 when like kids were getting off of school. And probably like maybe 5. But other than that, it was pretty sweet. Like, barely any customers coming in. And plus just like Tim Hortons here to see you. Some of them had to let you eat the food. But yeah, it was a pretty sweet job. I liked the people who I was working with. The customers were nice. Well, I had my occasional ratchet, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was a pretty cool gig until some shit started to happen. Now, being mine, like I said before, I was working both the afternoon shift and the closing shift. So, like I said, it was pretty easy. And even though you're thinking, oh, so you're doing the closing shift, that must have been like a lot of work, hard work. Well, it was, but it was kind of like easy stuff that you kind of get used to doing when you do the closing shift. So, yeah. But, I also had no training for the morning shift. I barely had training for the afternoon shift, but I caught on to it really well, and pretty quickly, if I do say so myself. But when you have someone who you have normally trained for the afternoon and the closing shift, and then you somehow just decide to take her and pluck her into the morning shift with no experience and no training whatsoever for that, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? And you're probably thinking to myself, for those of you fast food people who still work in fast food to this day, oh, Sierra, it must have been that bad. I mean, the morning shift is probably different from the afternoon shift. What are you talking about? Listen to me and listen to me closely. Tim Hortons is a morning based restaurant. What I mean by that is most people come in the morning to get their coffee and their donuts and then they leave. That's the most of the time that you have there. Afternoon, and even nobody cares about coffee unless you're going to work and you come back at like 9 in the morning the next day. So when you got a girl who hasn't known anything about the morning shift, and all these people are lined up in the store, all these people are lined up cars in the drive-through, and you're just sitting here and you're supposed to say cashier, you don't know what to do. You kind of panic. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. There were some things I didn't know how to make. There's some things I didn't even know like was on the friggin' cashier. Plus, like when you sign up for Tim Hortons, not only do you sign up for doing a cashier, you sign up for storefront. That means you have to do everything, and that shit is hard when there's a bunch of people lined up waiting to take your fucking order. I swear to God, I was just like, ugh, like I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I was just like literally stressed out and tired, and just was like, it made me feel awful. And for everybody else, I was just slowing them down. And I didn't want to do that. If anything, I wanted to speed up the process. But yeah, this kept going on for about like, I want to say maybe 2 months. And it just got too much. And then they're going to talk about how, like, it was just too much for me. And I would just be like, I didn't put in my effort and just like, and what do you expect? And also, depending on what Tim Hortons does. There's a lot of different ones. This particular one, you know, like when you first get a job and you're supposed to do a bunch of modules, especially when you're in fast food or like a retail job, you're supposed to do a bunch of modules for that company and everything. And usually takes about 1 day and they pay you for it and you just go into the job. Yeah. That thing is supposed to take 1 day. This took several months to do. What the fuck? I know what you're thinking. Like, wow, why would it take you so long to do that? Well, here's the thing. When I first started work, like the first day I got there, I went in the back and I went to go take those modules. But as soon as like I was like maybe like in like I don't even think like not even halfway done. Like I was probably still at like stage 2 or 3. They was like, see, we need you, and then they pulled me out of there, and then I never got a chance to do them again until like 2 months after that. What the hell? There was still some stuff that I still didn't know how to do, but I eventually figured out because people showed me how to do it. Not how to do the modules or anything. I kept having to go back there and taking some time out the day just to do them for all the months that I worked there. What the fuck? But here's the thing that really started to piss me off. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all can let me know in the comments for anybody who works in fast food. Apparently, I found out that they were taking away my hours because they say I wasn't working hard enough. I bust my ass every single day in there. I deal with the rude customers. I try to be as nice as fucking possible. And I took 2 buses. 2 fucking buses to get there. You're telling me I'm not working hard enough? Boy, like what? But apparently I found out, and again, let me know, they can diminish your hours. Like they can take away your hours if they feel you're not working hard enough. So that means I have to bust my ass more than usual in order to keep the hours that I use to make money. Do you know I was only making like maybe $100 a week? $100 for 2 weeks of work. That's like 5 hours a day. That's like 5 hours in the day for like 2 weeks. Are you fucking serious? And it was just I'm laughing because it hurts. And now here's the thing that I'm pissed off about now. So there was this person at my job. We'll call him Bait. Okay? His name is Bait. Maybe that's not his name. Maybe I replaced the B with another letter. But this person, Bait. Now, at first, me and this person, Bait, we were cool. It was all right. It was fine. Whatever. And, you know, he was a nice guy. Then turned into an effing butt cheek. Let me tell you how. So I don't know what beef Bait had with me. I don't understand. I don't know, and I probably never will know. But Bait, for some reason, just did not like me for some reason. He just decided, I don't like this girl. I don't like her. And, you know, he really tried to make me like a living hell, like making me do things that just like were just out of my question and out of my range. I'm not just like, he would always make me wash the windows, which I'm all right with washing the windows, but every time I had him as like a supervisor or a manager, he would always make me wash the windows. Like, it was never anybody else, always me. And I just always was like, that's kind of weird. And just like, you know, making me do almost everything. Now, when I was with my other manager, she didn't make me do as much. Not like being lazy or anything, but she didn't make me do everything. This guy made me do almost everything. And here's the thing that pissed me off to no end. So it's one Friday, and I'm working, right? And you know, it was just a normal day, and I'm just doing my thing and everything, and he tells me that, Sierra, you can go home. Now, this is the first time since I worked at my other job, McGraw's, which is another story for another time, because let me tell you something. McGraw's was another story. Now, this is my first time that I ever somebody told me I could leave. At this point in time, I never got asked to just leave early, like never at the time I was working here. So I'm like, cool. He also said, oh, by the way, supervisor wants to talk to you on Sunday. So I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking it's about something else that I talked to the supervisor about, but hey, it's whatever. So I just like, I leave with my mom and everything. She comes to pick me up, and then, you know, I just don't think about it, just like wait till Sunday. Now, like, remember what I said before, how I take the bus to work? I get up on Sunday. I get up at damn near 11, 12 in the afternoon. I slip on my clothes. I walk down to the bus stop, take the bus all the way from Conan to Fairgrounds, take the Woodward to downtown all the way to this Tim Hortons, and then I go to the supervisor. I tell him, yeah, Terrence, supervisor, did you want to see me? And he's like, Sierra, want to see you. Like, what are you talking about? And I said, but Bait said you needed to talk to me about something. And I was 100%. Now, I'm not trying to cause drama or anything. I'll cause drama at my job, whatever. But Bait clearly said, this person wants to see you. And I'm just sitting here like, I didn't call you. And he asked me, was there any disputes with Bait? And I told him no. I was honest. I was being 100% honest because I didn't want Bait to bring up something later. So I was 100% honest with him. I said, I don't really do this and da-da-da-da and everything. And then, like, he said, okay. And then even one of, like, my supervisors vouched for me. She vouched for me. She's still the number one VP. Like, come on now. So he's like, okay, you can just go, whatever. So I'm just thinking, like, that's so weird and petty. And what the fuck, Bait? Like, what is your issue? What is your problem? So fast forward to literally on Wednesday. Again, I go to the bus stop. I catch the bus and I get to my job. And I go to the supervisor and tell him, hey, I got my schedule for school. We need to talk. And he said, yeah, about that. Bait had said, I talked to Bait. He said some other stuff. He said, like, you weren't doing such and such and this and that. So I'm sorry, you're fired. What the fuck? You mean to tell me I literally wasted my mom's money, my money, to get down here and you fire me? Do you think I just got money to blow? Like, what the I was so angry. This person has lied to me, lied to the damn supervisor about me, and saying stuff about me that's not even true. And I just sat there, just like, and you try everything to yourself. See, how come you need to defend yourself? I couldn't, because this man had already decided to make up his mind. You're fired. That's it. Turn in your stuff, blah, 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 blah. I just was heartbroken and sad, because I really actually, like, guys, for real, I actually did like that job. Like, it was like probably one of the most, probably the best mediocre jobs. Yeah, there was a couple problems, but I still liked it, and it was fun, and it was awesome, and I liked the people and everything. I liked getting people coffee and stuff, and it just made me so angry. And I was just like, this person lied, so that way, for what, man? For what? So, yeah, now I'm unemployed and sad, but you know what, better things are gonna happen for me. Again, I just got back in school at Wayne County Community College, and I'm taking courses there, so I can kind of focus a little bit more on school, but I still need money. But yeah, if y'all got any suggestions for jobs, let a sister know. But yeah, that's my whole Tim Hortons story. So yeah, if you guys want me to tell more stories about places that I worked, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you guys just think leave me some of your craziest work stories that you ever had. I'm sure you guys have a bunch of them. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like up this video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I know this video's kind of long and a little bit probably boring you, but that's just what happened to me this past week. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed, and I love you guys with the peace and the pizza. Bye.